this is a super random video, but I'm kind of pumped about it and can't wait to try this thing out. My mom has a ton of really vintage and older arts and crafts supplies that we get, or that she gets from our local thrift store, and I was looking through the buttons for one of my projects I'm working on right now and haven't finished, and I saw this, and I had never really seen anything like it. Some of you may be thinking, I know exactly what that is, but I don't. So for this video, I am going to kind of explore this and try to find a date on it to see how old it is. So I'm really excited. And yeah, let's get to unwrapping it. So we're gonna go ahead and open it up. I'm gonna laugh if this isn't vintage at all. It just like feels really vintage because of this picture, and then also it's kind of yellowing almost. You know how that happens to old paper? Okay. So, right off the bat, this feels good, like it's not gonna snap or anything. The corners are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4. It's hard to see. See it there? So I'm gonna look at this first. It's from Boye, and it's an EZ-Loom, claiming that it's for beginners and experts, or through experts. Oh yeah, this is definitely so vintage. Look at this. Oh my god, look at the bite. Okay, so we can make baby item. Oh, okay, so I thought it would be like a shawl maker. You can make a sweater with it? What? It's for a baby, but I definitely would be down to wear something that's cute like that. Baby bonnet, and then I guess there's one pattern for a shawl. So I don't really know how this, oh, there's a whole blanket too. So I don't know if this is like a granny square type thing that you make one square and then connect them all, or what's up, but yeah, I think I'm gonna try this one because I really like this shawl a lot. So it's saying we need a crochet hook. That's a little interesting to me, and it looks like this is the only directions you get for the shawl. That's a little bothersome. Okay, I went off camera and read this a little more, and after reading through the shawl instructions for 5 seconds, I realized that basically you make one square for every single project, and it's the same square, and I think the intermediate, beginner, and expert levels come in from the crocheting you have to add to it, in that you do this, the wrapping and tying for every single thing. Yes. Okay, so I don't bore you guys to death, I'm gonna see if I can get the hang of this off camera and then come back and show you. So this calls for some sport weight yarn, which I'm assuming is lighter than worsted because it's also calling for an F crochet hook, which is I think a 4mm. But we're gonna go through this wrapping and tying together, and this might be really slow, so if you want to fast forward to when I'm an expert at this, be my guest. But yes, so I'm gonna move ahead. Did I already say that this is Karen Cuddlesoft? Okay, so to begin, I'm gonna start with 1 and 2 up here, and I'm assuming that I'm just gonna pull a tail. So I think with this behind, I'm coming, so I guess this needs to be over here. Working yarn to the right. Okay, so right now, I'm just following the directions. Okay, with the yarn down here, I'm going to shift 2 and 3 to the top. Let's get the plastic out of here. Okay, so far, steps 1 and 2 look fairly easy. Okay, so, and then it's, now we don't rotate it. Oh goodness. Okay, so do not rotate loom, wrap yarn behind loom and bring it to the front. Goodness. Okay, and then I guess we just go back like this. Okay, now we rotate the loom, so 1 and 2 are back at the top. Oh my god. Okay, and then we go like this. Okay. And I'm keeping like a decently tight tension. I hope that's what you're supposed to do. It says nothing about tension. Okay, so we're up here. And then we rotate the loom, so 2 and 3 are at the top. This. How does this come off? I have no idea. Okay, wait. So. Wait, that can't be right. Okay, wait, and do this. Okay, so I think... Sorry, that was probably so painstaking for you guys. I think I have completed it. Okay, so that was completing one full go through. And for the shawl, it says make 30 of these and by doing 5 times. So I've just completed one round of the first 5 of the first 30 that I need to create. Oh my goodness. Okay. Raise your hand if you have no idea how this is gonna come off. Yeah, so I've completed the 5 tying whatever, or what is it? Tying, okay, wait. Gosh. 1 complete pattern. So I guess each time around is considered a pattern. Now we have to tie. Thread the plastic needle provided. It did come with a plastic needle. Where did that go? Oh, here it is. Thread provided with a 2-yard length of yarn. That is so long. Okay, I'm gonna cut that. Begin at any corner intersection and tie a square knot. Don't know what a square knot is. Okay, so any corner intersection. Oh goodness. I think I did this wrong. Oh wait, did I do this? No, it's looking at it from this side. Okay. Jeez. And tie a square knot. I'm gonna look up what a square knot is. I'll be right back. Okay, so I did the whole thing off camera, and as you can see, it is not good looking. I mean, it's definitely what it's supposed to be, but the sewing at the end is so difficult. I think I figured it out. It calls for a square knot, and I didn't see the square knot how they wanted to do it here. But I guess this is turning into a serious tutorial because I think I know how to do this, and so I'll show you guys. While I was looking up this product, actually, this must be really old. I can't find a date on it, but it's called the Boye EZ-Loom. I looked it up and nothing came up except a Facebook post from like 2 years ago, and a woman was asking for the directions, and so I posted. I said, hey, I know it's been 2 years, but here's what I found, and so maybe I'll share this tutorial with them. So I'm going to go ahead and start over and see if I can't turn out a good looking little EZ-Loom square here. Round 2, I'm going to show an earnest attempt at making one of these EZ-Loom squares. And I'm switching to pink. Hopefully that's a little more, I guess it's not so visible against my white background, but let's get started. So with 1 and 2 at the top, let me keep this open just so I don't get a little mixed up. Okay, so we're going to start from the back and do this. And my intention is to do the shawl pattern, so I'm going to do the set 5 times. Okay, let me back out here. Okay, and then rotate, so 2 and 3 are at the top. And then go back without rotating. And then rotate, so 1 and 2 are at the top. And then rotate this way. I guess you don't actually have to rotate at the end. So I just completed 1. I'll show you again. Just because I wasn't sure if I was in frame. Okay, so that's 5. And so what I did on the last one, or that I didn't do, which I wish I would have, is this is the beginning tail, and I'm going to tie it here. Looks like it got sucked up here. Whatever. I'm going to tie these two. Well, first I'll cut this. So I cut the working yarn. I initially thought that you had to sew with it attached, but that made it really, really hard and unnecessary. So I'm gonna tie it, kind of making sure that it's on the side. Okay. So now the directions say it's time for tying, and it says cut a 2-yard tail. So I'm just doing like my wingspan. I don't know if that's 2 yards, but it's probably enough. And then I'm threading my needle. And it says start in any corner, but I'm just gonna, in the directions it shows this corner, so that's where I'm gonna start. And it calls for the box, or to make a square knot, which I didn't know what that was, but apparently you just stick. Here, I'm gonna bring this down. You just go under this and catch the tail. So, okay, wait, let's see. This isn't how I started it, so this might be, because last time on my last one it was really, really wonky. So I might have to tie an actual knot here. Yeah, I'm just gonna tie a knot on this first one. Okay, so. Okay, so now I'm going to do the square knot pattern. Okay, so you're essentially going to go from this corner like this, or sorry, this, and then back, and then just keep working. So I'll show you this square knot better. So you go under, whoopsies. Okay, so while it's under, I have to think about this because it's weird. You want to catch the tail, and that's what creates the knot. It's really annoying at first because you have a lot of yarn you're working with, but it gets better. So now we're going up here, and I'm going to insert there and then catch my tail. And one thing I found is you really want to work with this flat. When I started lifting it up because my neck started getting tired, that was a mistake because the working yarn kept getting caught all over the pegs on the outside, and that was not fun. Okay, so I'm trying to tighten this here. That looks better. Okay, so again, we're going under. Sorry, I'm gonna get that out. We're going under and catching this. It's not easy to work with. I can see why this hasn't been a trend throughout the decades. But if you're willing to stick in there and learn how to do it, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, it definitely is tricky, and it's really not intuitive at all, at least not for me. A lot of moving parts. And so this isn't perfect, but it's definitely better than my last attempt. I don't know if I should be double knotting these, maybe. But I'm just gonna keep moving along here. So the next one's here. And I'm not sure if I do this right. Okay, so we're going up. This is so tricky. I am very crafty and can learn things quickly, and this is very difficult. I don't think I can see myself sitting down to do this. I'm trying to think. It doesn't explain how to do the ones. These are kind of intuitive here, but the one down is not at all. Okay, so now we're gonna catch. No, yeah, see, that doesn't work at all. I'll zoom through this while I'm editing because this is really boring, sorry. Okay, so tighten it. I'm actually gonna go under both. That looks really bad. Okay, so I have no clue if I'm doing this right, but I'm just gonna keep going. So I made it back to this side and I took it off camera and still couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. So what I am just gonna do is just move my needle down here and just not even worry about knotting this edge. And I think it'll be okay because it's secured by everything else, so I'm gonna keep moving forward. Whenever you work back along pre-existing diagonal bars, go over them, not under them. So go over this and then under this, otherwise it'll be really messed up. So my thoughts on this are, I'm annoyed because I thought this would be something that would be like fun and like a nice break from crocheting and knitting, and this is just stressing me out so much. I don't know if it's because I am not good at it. Well, obviously I'm not good at it, but I don't know if it's because I'm new to it and just need more practice. But honestly, I don't like, look, I don't even want to practice this because it's so annoying. Yeah, and I can't ever foresee myself in the future sitting down to make 30 of these for that shawl. I mean, you can be the judge of how it looks. I do like how it looks. I think it's cute. I just messed up because I started flapping my gums. It just seems like these knots aren't very secure, and that's how it's showing how to do it, and it's, or maybe I missed a part. I don't know. This is not worth it, what I'm trying to say. I think it'll be secure just because there's so much going on, and it's secured at the beginning and the end, but yeah, this is a hot mess. For me, at least. Okay, so I'm gonna go over and under and catch. See, I think I'm supposed to do something else to complete that. I think I'm supposed to catch it twice. I'm not doing that. I'll try it on this one. Okay. Over, under, catch here. And then I think it wants me to catch here. Okay, yeah. That's it. Okay. So you go in here and you catch the tail this way. Oh. See, now I'm already messed up. And I guess this way? I don't know, it's really confusing. There's a lot going on. That does seem much more secure. Again, I'm just highly annoyed. So I'll finish this off camera because you don't need to see me do this, but I'll show you how to get the sewing, aka the most heinous part of this all, is done. And so I'm going to show you how to get it off and what it looks like. So, how to get it off is not an easy process. You just basically, this actually says to fold these tabs down, but this is really thick plastic. If you folded it down, it would break. So one at a time, you just gotta get these things off. And I guess I could lessen my tension to make it a little easier. But basically the first one is the hardest, and then you just gotta go for it. The rest of them. So final thoughts. This was a super cool find. To find something this vintage in the package and be able to play with it. Like I'm lucky. I don't know what year this is from, but it looks old. The style is old, so that's fun. No, overall though, I could never see myself actually making a garment out of this. It would be, in one word, heinous. If you guys are familiar with this and have any tips or tricks, I would love your advice on it and take on it. But that's pretty much it. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.